Welcome to the Embassy of Mike Graham. This is my heaven and my hell for this week. Snookered by Just Stop Oil. You can't have missed it. It was the orange, wasn't it? But it wasn't the orange ball, it was the orange powder. Some bloke called Edred decided to jump on a snooker table in Sheffield this week just because he doesn't like oil. I don't know what oil's got to do with snooker. I don't know what Edred has got to do with the proper name, but of course it turns out that he's a posh yob and his dad is a multi-millionaire investor and he's got a brother who works for AstraZeneca and he's got a sister who does some other, very expensive job, and he is not going to have any children, he says, because it's immoral to do so. This is a bloke who is for hire. You can hire him to demonstrate, you can hire him to commit a crime, you can hire him to glue himself to stuff. These people have got to stop with this madness. The British public are getting fed up to the back teeth. So just stop being an idiot would be my advice. He goes into my hell. Coronation, check out. Apparently, an awful lot of people don't care about the coronation. There was a survey done this week in which it showed that an awful lot of people, around 24%, didn't care at all, and another 30-odd didn't care very much. So that means that over 50% of people who were in the survey actually don't care very much at all about the coronation. That's fine. If you don't care about the coronation, I've got an easy answer for here's what you do. You don't take the day off, you don't take the bank holiday, and you don't watch it. You go to work, you continue to stimulate the economy, and you don't ever mention it. But of course, that won't happen, will it? Because everybody wants the day off in this country because they're all lazy. They're going to say, oh, I didn't watch it, did you? And they're not going to want to be seen to be watching it because it's not very trendy. But King Charles is getting crowned. Listen, it's the first time in my lifetime that it's going on, so I would recommend that if you don't watch it, you'll be missing out. But in the end, it's all about choice, so I'll put it in heaven. The ship hits the fan. Do you remember this story this week? Manchester United and Manchester City were accused of having links with slavery. But don't worry, it was only by some bloke writing in The Guardian. Just because they've got a ship in their club crest, apparently, it proves that they had some kind of connection to the cotton business and the slave trade that provided that cotton to the big mills in Lancashire. Only problem is, it's not true, because it turns out that both Manchester United and Manchester City have a ship in their club crest because it is the symbol of Manchester. And it's got nothing to do with slavery, it's got everything to do with trade, it's got everything to do with the Manchester Ship Canal. And it was written by some guy in The Guardian who was trying to get a rise out of Manchester. Well, I've got some advice for The Guardian. They've already discovered that they've got more links to slavery than almost any other company in the history of the world. So they should stick with that and go to hell. Holy sh**. Apparently, Britain's very good for certain things, and it's not very good for other things. But one of the things we're champions at is, guess what? That's right, potholes. We've got more potholes than any other country in the entire Western world. And we found one this week, which is even deeper than any hole has ever been found. It's over 5 feet deep, and there was a picture of a bloke standing in it with just his head and shoulders poking out. It was big enough to swallow up a child, or a dog, or even quite a small horse. Absolutely ridiculous. They say they're going to fill it in, but in the end, it's already wrecked about 5 cars and a couple of motorcycles. The thing is ridiculous. I was in France recently, they got no potholes at all. How do they do it? I don't know, but it's hell for drivers. Shirking from home. You know what I think about people who work from home? They don't really do any work. Well, guess what? I've been proved right this week because it turns out that appointments that are being made during the day for things like the gym, the doctor, the dentist, restaurant lunches, they're all up. And why? Because the people who are working from home aren't actually doing any work. They're going to the gym, they're going to the doctor, they're going to the dentist, they're having lunch. I can't blame them for that, because if their companies and the people that employ them are stupid enough to let them do it, then so be it. But I'm going to say it might in the end actually work out quite well for the economy, because what it means is all the people who are not very good at working, who are not very good at their jobs, and who are now working from home are not in a position to mess everything up. So that's good news. So in fact, it's heaven. So that was my heaven and hell for this week. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the Embassy of Mike Graham.